Is it moral to kill animals for the purpose of consuming them? That is what our discussion is going to be today with my friend, Vegan Libertarian. How are you, buddy?
Doing real well.
Excellent. So I want to give you my theory of morality. I want you to tell me why I should be a vegan, and I'm going to give you some objections. I also want you to tell me what you think libertarianism is, because I know we definitely agree there. So my theory of morality is basically the belief that the initiation of aggression is inherently immoral. It is what makes slavery different from employment, trade different from theft, rape different from lovemaking, those sorts of things. That is immoral simply because individuals own themselves. They have a greater claim to their body because they directly control their body. I can control your body only by first using mine. Therefore, I have a better claim to my body, and then, therefore, the items that I mix my labor with. So I believe in self-ownership. I believe in the non-aggression principle, libertarianism, voluntarism, anarcho-capitalism. Talk to me about your beliefs and how they coincide with veganism.
I basically think the same thing with property, that you automatically own yourself, and like when you mix your labor with the land, that's your property. Like people like to speak in countries like this is our country, so like the people in this country have a right to vote or whatever, and like they basically become the rulers of it, the majority. And every individual, whether they're human or animal, my belief is that they obviously own themselves. Nobody else does. And therefore, anything they do not want done to them, you cannot do to them and their property, basically. So animals, their body, obviously killing them, they don't want to die. And you can see in animal psychology, animals actually do know what death is. I thought they didn't for a while. And else? Yeah, that's about it.
All right. So let's say I have a dog, and that dog wants to run outside in the street out of my house. Do I have a right to own the dog, and do I have the right to restrict the dog from leaving the house?
Yes, you do.
Do I have a right to end the dog's life through lethal injection?
Only if it's in severe pain and it can't be reversed.
And do I have the right to consume the dog's remains, as is a popular custom in East Asia?
Well, if it's in pain, you didn't murder the dogs. Kill it on demand when you want. That's what I'd say.
So basically, are we looking at a utilitarian theory of animal feelings?
No, I wouldn't say it's utilitarian. I'd say, like your body, you have a right to decide what cannot be done to it, basically. So if, let's say I was in pain really hard and I could not give consent to be killed, like because of my mental state, I'd say, well, it wouldn't be wrong to kill me there. Or if I was insane, I would want to be restricted if I was sane and if I knew the situation. So I don't think it's utilitarian. I think animal rights are still being respected in that regard. And if someone eats my remains as long as they didn't murder me. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I think it's okay. Like, the only way they can commit aggression other than that is if I have family members and they have a higher claim on the body because of how it affects them emotionally. So I don't think there's, in my position, I don't think there's any utilitarianism at all.
Now, Dr. Jordan Peterson had a tweet the other day that said, rights in order to have moral legitimacy must be reciprocal. So, because animals cannot respect property rights, therefore humans do not have a moral obligation to extend rights to animals. How do you respond?
Well, I'd ask him, why does he think kids are allowed to have rights, right to live or anything like that? And you might say, well, like the parents own them, right? Well, there's a whole lot of animal lovers out there, and animals that what do you call it? And like the animals obviously have family ties to their family members, and basically you're hurting not only the family members but anybody that likes animals. That's what I like. And same thing with retarded people. Like, I'd ask him if he believes that retarded people have no rights because they can't be reciprocated from the retarded person. Like I say, respect the animal's right to live. It does not want to die for you, basically.
Sure. Now, what do you think libertarianism is?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember my answer. I think the literal definition of the term libertarianism is that you advocate for human freedom, right? And a lot of people, like, they've been given, I wouldn't say the view of morality they've been given is utilitarian, but I think it's kind of odd. Like Larkin Rose said, it's mythology, right? Like the founding fathers, or I saw this one video by this one guy. He said that all empires or whatever have a foundation myth or whatever, and that foundation myth kind of gives like a mythological stance to the collective or the empire or the leaders or the law or whatever. Like it used to be 1776 up until 1945, right? And now it's, for some people that like the founding fathers and the Constitution and all that is still like the foundation myth, but now it's World War II. Like, and basically you always hear, well, like if you don't like America so much, why don't you move over there? Well, we're better than everywhere else. Why are you complaining? Like, I think like why people are not default libertarians is because like it sounds really, really nice not to be one, oddly for some reason.
All right. So, what is the connection between the connection, if any, between libertarianism and veganism?
Well, I'd say like it's about the same thing. Not only do you advocate for human freedom, but for animal freedom. That animals, we would not have a true libertarian world without veganism. You would have to respect the rights of animals and humans to live.
That's a great point. I mean, most people respect the non-aggression principle in their everyday lives, but don't apply it to government. And then some libertarians apply it to government, but don't apply it to children, and they still spank their children. And then some of those people still don't apply it to animals. The progress of humanity is going to be how far we can apply the non-aggression principle to people that are not ourselves, basically, or someone we see as others. In other words, most conservatives would not say, yeah, it's okay for other countries to bomb America. They'll say, well, it's okay to bomb Germans and Japanese and Muslims and people over there, just no one over here. So simply applying the moral standards you expect people to have to you, once we apply those to other people, God, what a planet we're going to have. Another objection I have that I'd like you to address. You know that I'm going to go kill a pig, for a healthy pig, for the purpose of killing it and then cooking it for bacon and then eating it and selling it. Do you have the right to use aggression against me to forcefully stop me from doing so?
Would I have the right?
Yeah.
I think I would, but I would not right now or for a long time. You know why? Because like I have a view on people. I don't think anyone is evil. Like I made a tweet about this a long time ago. Every bad or stupid person is that way because of a false lesson or like a lack of life experience. And I would not kill somebody that was about to butcher a pig, even if I think I have the right to, because I know it's literally not their fault. Whenever you eat meat or whenever you hunt or something, that's literally not you doing it. That's not a free will decision. So I would never ever kill anyone that's about to butcher an animal. Like I actually went fishing before and killed a fish. Yeah, I still see the common meat eater to even the hunter. Like vegan, and vegan, they're as good as they know how to be.
Now, how expensive is it? Not that expense equals morality, but I think something driving even someone like myself, it's hard for me to see like what are the options that I'll have, or it might be more expensive to pursue a vegan lifestyle. Oh, is being a vegan more expensive, or is that just a myth that meat eaters tell themselves to justify their consumption?
Now that's completely a myth, and I'll say why right now.
Really?
So like I remember a whole lot. Like me and my parents used to be the biggest omnivores ever. Like my mom still buys meat for some reason, but not as much as we used to. I'm obviously a vegan now. And if I would have told her about veganism, she probably would have said, "Hey, it's too expensive." But she always complains about how big the food bill is. A lot of meat eaters, they buy milk, which is expensive, or they buy steaks, which are very expensive. What else? Eggs.
Hamburgers, chicken, cheese. Cheese is fucking expensive.
I didn't know the cost of cheese actually. I never really bought it or looked at the price tag. But anyway, at Taco Bell, what you can get for 99 cents is a rice taco. You can get a taco with all beans on it, and you can get rice, right? No, I don't think you can get rice. I think I'm something else for 99 cents. And legumes, pasta. Pasta's vegan. And if you buy in season, you can get all sorts of fruits and vegetables very cheap. But yeah, a lot of people that say veganism's too expensive, they have really bad spending habits, and they don't really believe in living in a cost-efficient lifestyle. So unless they live in a cost-efficient lifestyle, ignore that. Don't ignore that, but they don't take it seriously.
So I remember when I made my move from Democrat to Republican conservative to libertarian to voluntarist, the thing that made me jump from conservative to libertarian was war. Now, when I'd heard about, well, the U.S. bombs other countries, well, the U.S. invades other countries, and there are cases of enhanced interrogation or the U.S. torturing civilians, the U.S. carpet bombing along with Britain in the Second World War, along with going into Tokyo, doing these things in Germany. And I'd always said, yeah, those things are bad, but, that's war, and it's kind of, justified in the big picture. And then I saw it with my own eyes. I literally saw the war crimes that Bradley Manning exposed. I saw the carpet bombing of Dresden, Berlin, Leipzig, Hamburg. I saw the firebombing of Tokyo. I saw the nuking of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the hellhole that they turned Iraq into, the hundreds of thousands of children that were killed as a result of U.S. sanctions in Iraq after Gulf War 1991. And then it was real to me. And then I became anti-war. Is being a vegan something you have to see in order to really be persuaded about? Do you have to really see the animals? Do you have to send people the videos and make it real to them in order to grab their attention, to convince them that killing animals for the purpose of eating them is immoral?
Yes, you absolutely have to see it. I remember when I was 12 or 13, I did see slaughterhouse videos. Of course, I was a kid, and I thought meat and cheese was the best thing in the world, even though I always put ketchup or seasoning on it, or chocolate with it, or something like that. Well, anyway, yeah, the slaughter, like, a big part that motivated me to go vegan is anything factory farmed, I felt really guilty about eating. But yeah, so I'd say, yeah, it's just very important to see it, because I send you that one video, 101 Reasons to go vegan. A lot of people think that cows want to be milked, that it's all milking is all fine, or like slaughter is like something that's in the ether or something. But if you watch slaughterhouse videos, like you'll know that's not the case.
So here is another objection that I saw on a news debate. Animals in the wild kill each other. Therefore, they do not respect each other's rights. Why should humans then extend property rights and personal rights to animals who amongst themselves do not respect the rights amongst themselves?
Well, that's absolutely about 99, I'd say, percent false. As individuals, 75% of the animals that exist are herbivorous. And you can, and carnivores actually, like nature documentaries will want to make it look like a big old lion. But they only hunt 99% of their time, actually. 9% of their time, actually. Then they sleep and do social activities. And lions will refuse to kill moms of babies, too, for some reason. Like, I don't know how that works. But animals actually do respect our property rights. I lived around a whole lot of deer, right? And, like, they actually know not to go into the human areas because they know that'll lead to conflict. Like, that's why you never see animals hardly in cities, but if that city cleared out, you would see animals. Well, yeah, that's 100% myth made by nature documentaries and stuff like that.
Now, say that I, hypothetically, worked at a meat packing company or a slaughterhouse, and I said to you, look, Mr. Vegan Libertarian, I get you have the moral case, but this is my livelihood. That it's how I make money. I don't have a lot of experience in other fields, so can't you just respect that I do this for a living and leave me alone?
I wouldn't respect it, but I think I would be pretty forgiving, a lot more than other vegans, because I know like what it is like the fear like situations where you think you have to do something. Like for some reason, I know what it's like to if you go into a meat packing company. Like I know what their rationalization, so I wouldn't respect what they do. Like they're choosing animals' well-being and lives for their survival, but I'd forgive them. That's what I'd say.
Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for giving us the moral case for veganism and how it aligns with libertarian thought. Thank you for watching Keith and I Don't Tread on Anyone. Anyone now includes any animals for the viewers out there. Are there any more points you'd like to make? Any videos to watch? Any books to read that you would like to let my audience know about?
Oh yeah, definitely look up The Vegan Atheists, Reasons to Go Vegan presentation, and watch there's this one argument, name the trait, like what trait do animals do or do not have that makes it okay to murder them for food. That argument I'd recommend, and I don't know any books really. I'm trying to think of another video. The Secret Reason Why We Eat Meat by Dr. Melanie Joy. That's one video. And I still have that playlist up, Vegan Tips, right? Oh, actually, I don't have it up.
All right. So, well, the comment section will be open, so feel free to set that up, and I will pin it to the top. Thanks so much for your time, and thank you to the viewers. I hope this was a productive conversation. Take care.